welcome to this episode of the Nerdy Oz Show for this wonderful, whenever it comes out. And as always, I'm joined by Aaron.
Bonjour.
Bonjour. Oh, his mic is a bit far away from him today.
Yeah, it's all right.
He's trying to...
I'll move closer.
Yeah, you can move around a bit. We're trying to get organised. And so we've got a lot of stuff to cover on this episode. There's been a whole heap of trailers, there re-releases, photos, all sorts of news.
Auctions.
Netflix is getting cancelled.
Yeah,
I mean, no, it's not.
They're deleting it.
Disney's all leaving, seems to be leaving Netflix. Daredevil's cancelled.
Daredevil. What about Jessica Jones?
Well, that hasn't been announced that it's been
So
cancelled.
they're just keeping Jessica Jones.
Well, I think, from what I understand, is that Jessica Jones and Punisher already have their next seasons filmed, so there'd be no point in announcing cancellation for them because it's already filmed, so it's not costing anyone any money to put it out. And then, but when these come out, they'll probably announce and say there's going to be no other series. And
sad face.
So Luke Cage, so that will be the end of it. But then we will have Disney Infinity.
Yeah, cool. What about the actors? Are they all jobless? Or are they going to get jobs at Disney?
I don't know if you can. Good question. I don't know if they're going to keep it in.
What's it? Is his name Charlie Hunnam? Oh no,
That's from Sons of Anarchy.
What's the guy's name?
Charlie Cox.
Charlie Cox.
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to keep these versions of them. Oh, see, bumped it again. Something's going on. Hang on, I'll just pause it. Technical difficulties. Anyway,
we're
back. Charlie Cox.
You ever see the Simpsons technical difficulties?
Yeah.
When and there's like some dude drinking behind the camera.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I have seen that one where he's all drunk.
Yeah. What are you saying, Charlie Cox?
Yeah, I don't know if Marvel will keep them in character, whether they'll reboot it or whether they'll just not do them or...
Yeah. Well, it's still Marvel owning it, isn't it? Or is it Netflix?
Yeah, good question. I don't know if Marvel gets to will just put Daredevil and everything on... no, actually, that's not right. It must be Netflix and Marvel, because I think that from memory, one of the tweets or something said that although Daredevil was cancelled, you could still enjoy the 3 seasons or 2 seasons on Netflix.
Yeah, that's it.
For a long time to come or something.
From what I understand, they're going to do different characters anyway, aren't they? Like Loki's getting us.
Yeah, Loki
Witch.
and Bucky and all those people getting shows.
Yeah, so they'd probably just use existing characters and maybe bring some into those.
Yeah, and Mandalorian. Oh, that's something different. I was going to say Mandalorian has Nick Nolte and stuff in it, but that's not Marvel. That's LucasArts.
Does Mandalorian have Nick Nolte in it?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, he's cast in the Mandalorian.
So
he's going to go, I'm not your friend, I'm not your partner, I'm not your anything. Oh, wait, no, Eddie Murphy says that, doesn't he?
Is that 48
I'm not
hours?
your friend, I'm not your partner. Or something, I don't know.
Is that a good 48 hours?
Not as good as another 48 hours.
Okay.
Yeah, they're both good.
So should I watch them in reverse then?
No, I don't know. Actually, I haven't seen... I've seen 48 Hours recently, but I haven't seen another 48 Hours recently.
Gary Busey a poor man's Nick Nolte, or is Nick Nolte a poor man's Gary Busey?
Yeah, good question. Nick Nolte's probably a poor man's... Oh, no, the other way around. Gary Busey's probably a poor man's Nick Nolte. Nick Nolte's a good actor, I think. He won... Did he win an Academy Award for that MMA film with Joel Edgerton? He got nominated, definitely. And...
I just remember the one where... who's the one that did Black Swan and Requiem for a Dream?
Oh, yeah, that guy.
He did some wrestling movie where it was about...
Oh, The Wrestler.
That was a good movie.
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense. The Wrestler was about a wrestler.
Yeah, that's not Nick Nolte. That's...
Yeah, what's his name?
Mickey Rourke, although he looks like
Rourke, yeah.
Nick Nolte in that movie.
He does.
No, Nick Nolte was good in... What was that called? Warriors or The Warriors or something with Tom Hardy in them?
Warrior.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was the dad in that or something, wasn't he?
So, yeah, I haven't watched it.
Yeah, he's good. And I'm trying to think who else there is.
I saw a set photo. That's the one I sent you.
Yeah, you sent me. That's what I mean. It's
Taika Waititi?
Oh, he's the director. He's directing it. Oh, so this is The Mandalorian. We've gone off Marvel. Sorry, we got sidetracked. But yes, okay, The Mandalorian, which is going to be on Disney streaming, I assume, but it's from LucasArts and not Marvel. Mm-hmm. The Russo brothers and Taika Waititi and them. I think they're all directing an episode. Bryce Dallas Howard is directing an episode.
Because I've seen Jon Favreau tweet out a photo.
With all those dudes in it, with the Russo brothers.
Yeah, Taika. And who's this other guy? Mr.
Peyton Reed.
Peyton Reed, yeah, right.
Peyton Reed, was it Peyton Reed who made Last Jedi?
I don't know. No, that wasn't Peyton Reed. That was
Rian Johnson.
The
guy that destroyed Star Wars for everyone. That proved why we can't have nice things.
This is why we can't have nice things.
Because of The Last Jedi, and he ruined it all. Well, did he? I don't know. That could have been some of that. But
it was right.
Yeah, Lion King trailer. Did you see that?
I saw a Lion King trailer.
I saw it. Looked just like the original.
It looked like the Lion King beat for beat.
Yeah, it did. So who knows? It's even got James Earl Jones in the voice.
What do you reckon of the CGI? Pretty epic.
Yeah, it looks good, but it's like everywhere reporting it says live action Lion King. Well, it's not live action. It's just a different style of animation.
Is there going to be... No, there's no humans in the Lion King, is there?
No, not unless they pull a Lego movie and, it turns out to be Will Ferrell and his son at a safari park or something at the end.
That's right, with the Craggle.
Yeah, so, it looks really good. The animation looks beautiful, but, what's going to be the best it could be is, we'll see. The Jungle Book original wasn't that good of a movie, really. It was kind of boring, had a few good songs. But then Jon Favreau's Jungle Book was excellent. But then Beauty and the Beast as a cartoon is excellent. And the live action was just really a remake of the cartoon with a few extra songs. And it was, all right, why not just watch the cartoon? Cinderella wasn't much of a movie, but then the other Cinderella was better. The live action.
The live action was better?
Yeah, but the first one, the cartoon's not much of a movie. I think it's only about, an hour and a bit.
Yeah, I took Indy to it. It's pretty quick.
Yeah, and so the ones where there doesn't seem to be much, like Dumbo might be really good because it's so old. They've probably taken out the racist crows in Dumbo.
Yeah, they would have. So, yeah, Disney's riddled with racism.
So they probably took them out. But who knows? It looks beautiful, but are they just telling the exact same stories?
Did you like the original Lion King?
Yeah. No, you went no.
Yeah, and who doesn't like the original Lion King?
Yeah, it's good. That's what I mean. Everyone loves the original Lion King, and when I watch the original Lion King or the original Aladdin, I don't go, "Oh man, I wish this was updated. It's so out of date." Like the lion head, the Cave of Wonders looks CGI in Aladdin, and the carpet ride looks CGI. And there's bits in The Lion King where it's like sort of going down the river and it goes to first person perspective. They all look CGI, so I don't know how old. They're not. They are pretty old, but
that's the thing. It doesn't seem old, but it is old.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So what are they planning on doing on remake? They've got a cool cast.
You get a next generation.
Yeah, but can't they just watch?
They might not have watched The Lion King.
But can't they just watch the original Lion King?
Yeah, but they probably look at it and go, "That's old."
Oh, what kid says that? I know they would.
Indy looked like we watched the old Grinch, right?
Yeah.
Which isn't that old. It's like 20 years old.
The Jim Carrey one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh, this looks old." And then I took her to the new one and she thought it was great.
Yeah, but that was live action.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Live action versus cartoon.
Indy's seen. She didn't say when she watched Beauty and the Beast, "This looks old."
No, that's true.
But yeah, I get your point. I don't know. Maybe it is.
Disney does do pretty good with their things look timeless.
Yeah, exactly. But you're right. Maybe The Lion King is for people like Indy, and they'll grow up and go, "Oh, that's the best." It's got a good voice cast though. It has. You don't hear much of it in the trailer. You hear James Earl Jones go, "Simba, when your time comes."
He sounds like he is an older James Earl Jones, but you can tell that he's got some age in his voice now.
And who else is in it? Donald Glover, Beyonce.
Is Donald Glover Simba?
Yeah, I think so.
Ooh.
And Beyonce is Nala. And
who's Seth Rogen? Pumbaa?
Yep.
Oh.
And Billy Eichner is Timon.
Is it because he's fat? Or heavier?
Yeah, maybe. He's got a bit of a Timon laugh. Or whatever.
No, Pumbaa.
Yeah.
Timon's the little one.
Oh, Timon's... Yeah, Pumbaa. Yes, that's right.
Who's Michael K... What's his name?
Keegan. I don't know who they are. You'll have to look them up. Keegan Michael Key. They might be the hyenas?
Hyenas. Oh, that's cool. That was Cheech and Whoopi.
Yeah, I don't know because Billy Eichner's good though. He's the guy that's like, Billy on the street And he's like, oh my God, do you know who this is? This is Anna Kendrick, man. Oh, you're so stupid. He just stops and talks to people. He was in, you don't watch Parks and Rec, did you? He was in the last few series of Parks and Rec, and Billy Eichner's, he's pretty funny. Where I think what show was it on? He had some good show where it was him and a girl. I think they were called Difficult People or whatever.
Yeah.
And the girl's like, you could do a podcast. You might get picked up by Amazon. And he goes, I hate Amazon. They gave Woody Allen their own show and they wouldn't take my humidifier back.
They wouldn't take my...
Yeah. He's pretty funny, Billy Eichner. So, I think, Beyonce, it doesn't do much in the movie though. I think John Oliver is a good choice for whatever the bird's name is. What's the bird's name? Zazu.
Yeah, that sounds right. Zazu.
Yeah, well, he's a pretty good choice for that. He's like a British Rowan Atkinson. Well, he's not Rowan Atkinson type, but, he's like a British snooty dude that can go, and the whatever Zazu says, and the leopards have got themselves in a bit of a spot.
Yeah, Zazu's very...
and we told the elephants to forget it, but they can't.
Very posh and proper.
Yeah, so John Oliver can... he's British.
Yeah.
So not Lego. Well, we do have a Lego Movie 2 trailer. But before that, Toy Story 4, keeping in your Pixar and Disney's.
Mm-hmm.
And
Marvels
and Star Wars.
Disney just owns everything, don't they?
Hulu and everything now. Mm-hmm. So Toy Story 4, you don't really get much from that. You get them spinning around in a circle and there's a fork that freaks out and goes, oh my God.
So the fork doesn't think he belongs there.
I'm not a toy.
What's the song playing? Is it Mamas and the Papas or something?
Yeah, something like that. And it's got them all dancing around. They're like, I am a mama. I don't know what it's going to be about or like. But the animation looks good. It's cool to see Woody and everyone back.
The fork looks freaked out.
It does.
It looks very like, I shouldn't be here.
So it brings up big questions about the Toy Story universe. What is that fork doing? So if you stick googly eyes on anything in that universe, does it come to life?
Is all inanimate objects
alive? Yeah.
Well, if the kid plays with them.
Yeah, see? So does that bring it to life? It's very confusing.
Yeah, it opens a lot of questions.
Yeah.
Like rocks. If you'd had a googly eyes, would the rock be a toy?
Yeah, so I read a summary of it that said that the movie was about a fork that thinks it's a toy and it freaking out. But
is this about
I don't know if that's true.
Gender equality?
Well, I don't know if that's actually what it is about. I think someone probably just watched that teaser trailer and has guessed, but I don't think that's actually what it's about.
Because if the fork thinks that it's a toy, then why can't it be?
Yeah,
if it identifies as a toy.
Well, it could be, but then in the trailer, the fork doesn't think it's a toy because it's saying
couldn't it transition into being a toy from a fork?
Well, it's saying
from a utensil.
Well, it could, but it's saying that it doesn't want to be a toy. It's like, I don't belong here. Ah!
Yeah, but maybe that's society forcing.
Who knows? But I don't even know. Maybe that fork's only a small part of it. I thought someone had they'd put out a synopsis or something, but I think someone's just watched that trailer. So it could be anything. Who knows?
The synopsis says, when a new toy called Forky joins Woody and the gang, a road trip alongside old and new fan reveals how big the world can be for a toy.
Yeah, so I don't know if the fork is... I mean, it might be an inciting incident or something. I don't think it's going to be... when I heard that, I thought, what the fuck? I thought it was going to be the whole story.
You can't market a fork as a toy. Who's going to want that toy?
Yeah, I mean, the action figure's going to be...
Unless Forky's awesome.
Yeah, and then it'd be a cool action figure maybe. But it looked like one of those bootleg action figures you get at like a comic convention. It's like, Spoon Man or something, and it's just like a spoon with eyes on it or something in a wrapper.
Like if you got Forky for Christmas, you'd be pretty pissed off.
Yeah, and then you could just bootleg it heaps easy. You just get a fork, and it's not even a fork, it's a spork.
Jono bought Buzz.
Yeah.
For Sid, and he wrote Sid on the foot.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Sid, that's pretty cool. So if it gets lost, it will know.
It's Andy.
I'm Andy's toy. Oh, wait, that's Woody that says that.
Yeah, but isn't Sid the bad kid next door?
Yeah, he is. Oh, I forgot about that. Is that who Jono named him after?
No, his name's Sydney.
Oh, so he didn't name him after Sid.
Like the city.
Oh, yeah, spelt the same? Yeah.
No, I don't think so. I think he wanted to. He wanted to call him Maitland.
Maitland.
And I was like, that's a terrible place.
If he spelled it Mateland, yeah, Maitland is a weird place to name your kid after.
Yeah, why?
Unless the kid was conceived there or something.
Maybe.
Lego Movie 2 trailer. It's funny. It's got Chris Pratt doing 2 roles.
So
girl
he's
Lego
the Raptor
guy, yeah.
Oh, really? So, okay, because I was wondering what was going on.
But he's also
the Raptor trainer.
But he's also the
Cowboy Raptor trainer.
Yeah, and I also train Raptors. But he's also the main guy in Lego Movie.
Yeah. What's his name?
I can't remember now. His name is
Plain Jane.
I don't know, but he sings "Everything is awesome."
That song's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Are they going to do more stuff with Will Ferrell and stuff, or is this? I mean, it looks to me like there's a daughter in the family, and she got some cool girl Lego, and it's coming to take over all the toys or something. That's what it looks like to me.
Is that what it is? Because there's something that gets through the crack, and then I don't know, they go into outer space or something.
Yeah, so it looks like, I think, because it was a boy and his dad.
Isn't it like a post-apocalyptic area that they're living in or something?
Well, not anymore, because the boy and the dad learned that you shouldn't glue Lego down, and so it's like all peaceful again. But maybe there's a daughter now or something. And she's got girl toys, and the girl toys are kidnapping all the other toys.
All right, it says it's been 5 years since everything was awesome, and the citizens are facing a huge new threat. Lego Duplo invaders from outer space wrecking everything faster than they can rebuild. So Duplo.
I think there's a baby, a younger brother or sister now.
I went to Legoland. There was a Duplo section.
Was there a Duplo section?
There was a Duplo section.
Duplo is for idiots.
Yeah, they actually had like a area where the parents could just sort of pretty much fall asleep and let the kids just
play in the Duplo.
Yeah, in the Duplo.
It's the big Lego. What else we got? Once Upon a Time, Deadpool's getting a PG release with Fred Savage. Looks like Princess Bride.
Yeah, did you see that?
Yep.
And wasn't there something that he was saying to an older couple about Up? And he's like, things don't end well for you.
Oh, yes, that's right. Ooh, things don't end well for you.
So a PG Deadpool 2 for Christmas. Is that coming to Tamworth? Because I want to watch that.
Yeah, I guess it will. I think they're just going to release it again.
What was the Super Duper cut? Was that what it's called? Super Duper?
Yeah, that was. I saw that.
So how many cuts are we going to get a Deadpool?
Well, I don't know why they're doing a PG one unless they've changed it a bit.
For kids, because kids want to be able to watch Deadpool.
Well, there you go.
Kids like Kylie's nephew Hunter.
Yeah.
Begged his mum to go watch.
But Deadpool's not suitable. It's not aimed at kids. It's not for kids.
That's what she's saying. You're not watching Deadpool. And I was like, yeah, it's pretty
bad.
It's pretty bad.
But even if you're...
Remember when he's like, got the unicorn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder what that... But why do kids like it so much? My nephew knows him and stuff, but I don't think he knows anything about it.
Deadpool's cool.
Is it just the merch, though?
No, he's just a cool character.
Yeah, but if
who's a better character than Deadpool? Like, if you were a teenager, who would you think would be cooler than Deadpool? Cyclops?
No, Cyclops is not cooler. I don't know. But these people, where have they even seen Deadpool? They don't read comic books. He doesn't have a cartoon show.
There's video games.
Yeah, the video games rated R.
I don't know. Deadpool's everywhere.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They don't see pictures of him and go, I love Deadpool.
They probably see a T-shirt.
Yeah, that's what I think. I think, yeah. It's a merch, but... Or maybe they see funny bits on YouTube, knowing kids today. They probly watch clips on YouTube.
They probably see cosplayers and stuff. Every cosplayer does Deadpool.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
You go to anywhere and there's Deadpool.
I'm surprised Hunter hasn't watched it on YouTube through someone's phone.
Oh, I bought it. We got him the DVD.
Oh.
That was for Christmas or something.
Yeah. Well, that's getting a PG. That'll be interesting to see what's happening with that.
Well, Fred Savage, it's a Princess Bride.
It's a Princess Bride. The beginning, but I mean, are they going to do that through the whole way through, or is that just the beginning?
It'd probably just be the beginning. It'd be like where he did Ferris Bueller at the end of the first one.
That's what I thought. Yeah, it's probably going to be like that. But that'll be interesting, and we'll get to see PG, Deadpool, and Cable.
I'll go get to watch Deadpool 2 again.
Yeah.
I think it's like the 4th time I've seen it at the cinema.
So you would have seen it lots of times.
Lots of times. It's a good movie.
Yeah, it's good.
It's good.
I
didn't like it the first time.
Yeah, I liked it. I haven't seen it in.
It grew on me. I like where the little guy is rummaging his prison wallet.
That's right. He's like, I can hear you.
Yeah, and then the pen falls on the table. And he's like, oh, that's not sanitary.
And does he say something at the end like, I hope you didn't get that from your prison wallet or something?
Yeah.
What else came out? Oh, Ant-Man. I haven't watched Ant-Man since it came out on Blu-ray.
Oh, really? I have.
I haven't watched any of...
Ant-Man's great.
Yeah, I haven't watched it. I saw it at cinema, but I haven't watched that. I don't know why. Ant-Man to me seem smaller or something. Not part of the.
At some points, he was quite large.
Yeah, he was.
He gets tired.
But I don't know. I think Ant-Man and Ant-Man 2 are the ones I've seen the least in the Marvel universe.
Yeah, they're very
why.
disposable. They're not necessary at all.
Yeah.
But maybe he will play a big part in the next one.
Yeah, so we'll see.
Maybe. Just because of the end.
I think, Ant-Man, I think will play a big part in Avengers Infinity War. What about, which leads us on to Avengers Infinity War, what about Captain Marvel?
Oh, that's right. There was a new trailer that dropped today.
It did. Ooh, and was that,
Did you watch it?
no, I haven't watched it yet.
Oh, what are you doing, Mitch?
I watched the first trailer. I haven't watched this one.
Oh, well, you see him punch an old lady again.
Oh, what's she going around punching old ladies
her
for?
punch an old lady.
And everyone's like, it's a scroll. And I was like, there's no scroll there. That was just an old, nice lady.
There's an old, nice lady. But she flips her.
Oh, she flips her.
She flips
Does she
her.
turn into a scroll?
Nah, she's still an old lady. I'll see if I can find her.
Oh, is Nick Fury young?
Yeah, and are they going to keep him young the entire time?
And has he got 2 eyes? Well, he's probably not going to keep him young because I did think they'll probably have him go. Oh, no, well, he's dead. So, yeah, they might keep him young the whole entire time.
He's not dead.
Yeah.
When is Nick Fury dead?
Well, at the end of Avengers Infinity War.
Oh, when he gets... No one's dead.
Yeah, they're all dead.
You watch.
Then I'll snap their fingers. He died.
Didn't I tell you... Look, you watch. She flips the old lady. See?
Oh, she's a pretty vicious old lady.
Yeah, she flips her.
I reckon she's a Skrull.
I flip you. You know that Usual Suspects?
Yep.
Yeah.
I reckon she's a Skrull.
Give me the keys, what the fuck?
Yeah, and there's Jude Law, and it looks like
She's...
Green Lantern.
Yeah. She's... Oh, really? Green Lantern?
It doesn't look like that Ryan Reynolds Green Lantern movie. Didn't he go to space and train?
It does look a bit like that, doesn't it? It's not Blake Lively. What's the character? Who's the actress?
Yeah, Blake Lively. That's his
It's
wife.
No, it's not Blake Lively, this one, but who's this?
Oh, this is Brie Larson.
Brie Larson.
This is Brie Larson from lots of cool stuff. Who was the one in... Emily Blunt. Emily Blunt's good.
All these actresses.
What was Brie Larson in? She was in Godzilla, King of Kong,
She was
or whatever.
in The Room, wasn't she? The Room?
Oh, she was in The Room. And she was in Room. And she's also in...
Scott Pilgrim?
Yeah, you've seen Scott Pilgrim a lot more than I have. Is she?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she's in Scott Pilgrim.
Who is she in that?
I think she's the ex-girlfriend that's in the band. Crash at Demon Head, and the old Superman guy that's in The Atom out of DC's Legend Tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
He's the bass player, and they have a bass battle.
Who's the girl that plays Anne off Arrested Development? Isn't she in it?
Yeah, she is in it.
And she's got like a black line here.
Yeah, she does. I think she's a lesbian.
Well, it looks good.
It does look good.
Captain Marvel's a cool character.
She looks cool. The suit looks good. She looks cool.
I'm biased. I like all the, like in the comics, I always like the cosmic.
Watch this bit here. This bit's the best bit. He loves the pussycat. He's like, oh, you're so cute.
The cat's going to eat him.
She's like, Nick, come on. Yeah, very cool.
It does look cool. But I mean, see, I'm biased because when I was younger, I read the comic books I read were X-Men.
Yep.
And then my favourite X-Men for a while in Tamworth, there was a news agency at Big W and one actually across the road from Big W. So I used to like going there because you could try hit both those news agencies.
Oh, yeah.
Because there was one sort of, you go out of the Big W arcade across the car park and across the road opposite.
In Crown Street.
Yeah, there's one on the corner. And then there's also one inside it. Well, there was. And that's where I used to get my comics. But for some reason, when X-Men was really big, probably because X-Men was big everywhere, I got, the ones that seemed to be big were like around the cosmic stuff with Guardians of the Galaxy and all that. And so I like
the
cosmic
Phoenix stuff like that.
Yeah, that was before it. But yeah, that type of stuff with the Shi'ar and the Elandra and Jean Grey. Yeah, the Phoenix always plays into it and all that stuff. See, if this was actually in Marvel Comics, they could just get the Phoenix to stop Thanos. They could get... There's millions of people. They could get Scarlet Witch to change everyone's brains so they live in a medieval society, and Thanos thinks he's a puppy dog. Like,
yeah, but they're just playing this guy like the biggest
that's right.
bad thing that can't be beaten.
Well, I think actually this isn't a spoiler, although it's probably a spoiler if you haven't read the comics. But I think Nebula is the person that kills him in the comics.
Yeah, that's right. Yep. She does.
In that particular, in the comics, in that particular story.
Yeah,
he's back in other stories.
That's true. She does indeed.
Nebula. She's hot.
Oh yeah, she is hot.
And female-led sequel into the Spider-Verse. So Into the Spider-Verse, I want to go see it. It's on tomorrow. Let's go.
It's not on tomorrow.
Yeah, it's on. I looked.
No, it's Saturday.
No, I looked. It said advanced screenings tomorrow and Thursday, and then it's on 1 p.m. Sunday.
Oh, okay. Well, let's go.
I want to go see it. Where? And then I'll go, I'm Peter Parker. It looks really cool. It's got great reviews, and they've greenlit a sequel already, which is always a good sign.
That's amazing that's happened already.
Yeah, but that happens. That does happen. I mean, look at, well, there's some questions here, I guess you could say. Sony has to make Spider-Man movies to keep the rights, and Marvel, I mean, they've got, what's it called? Coming back or around the world.
Something A Long Way From Home.
A Long Way From Home, yeah.
Something like that.
So they've got that coming out. But, I mean, it'd be cool if they start this whole... That's the one saving grace for DC outside of their comics is that their animated movies are pretty good. So it'd be cool if they just have this Spider universe, and you can put Andrew Garfield and you can put Paul Giamatti's Rhino and you can put all these things in there because it's just the Spider universe.
Yeah, I was going to say I was playing the Spider-Man game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got a Stan Lee cameo in it.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, poor Stan Lee.
Poor Stan Lee.
Well, they've got a few cameos of his film, so he'll probably be in the next few anyway.
Yeah, that's right.
I wonder if he'll be Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, he's got to be. He was in Teen Titans Go to the Movies.
Oh, he was too. And that's not even Marvel.
That was really good.
That was cool.
He's like, I don't care. I love cameos.
I don't know where I heard this, but I think someone was saying on a YouTube show I was watching or something, they had at least the next... I think it was Kevin Smith. He said they have the next 6 or 7 cameos shot already.
Yeah.
And then he said they have some few other ones just shot in front of a green screen. So he said we'll have a bit of Stan for a few years to come. So that's nice.
That's really good. And do you reckon eventually they'll CGI him in?
Well, yeah, who knows? Probably not.
Just disrespectful.
I don't know. Well, with Disney, who knows? Maybe.
Maybe if Stan said it was okay.
Maybe, Darth Vader or whoever, Krennic, what was his name, will walk onto the bridge and you'll see Stanley's reflection in a Star Destroyer window and you'll turn around and go, hello, Krennic. No, what was that guy's name? Tarkin.
Yes, I saw so many people giving out love for Stan. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was. And then Armie Hammer got cranky and went, oh, you working idiots.
Oh, really?
Well, he said that, all these celebrities sent pictures of themselves with Stan Lee. Nice to see you made it all about yourself. Oh, and everyone was like, shut up. And Kevin Smith was like, shut up.
So many photos had people with Stan Lee. I'm like,
yeah,
everybody's got a photo with Stan Lee. Everybody.
But that shows you how cool he was.
And Stan Lee's like got the same pose.
Yeah.
With all the Comic-Con ones anyway.
Well, that's what they were saying on Screen Junkies. One of the guys that is a producer there, one of his jobs was working on San Diego Comic Convention before he got worked on Screen Junkies. And one year they had... Stanley, well, they probably had him every year, but this particular year, so he was doing, you could pay money to get photos and meet and greet with him. Anyway, so this lady had a meet and greet, and this guy was packing up after. And she came running over and was like, all cranky, and he's like, yeah. And she's like, I demand another photo of Stanley. And he's like, what? He's like, he's gone home. Why? And she showed him the photo, and Stanley was asleep in the photo. He was just like, while she took the photo. And everyone was like, dude, that's the coolest photo you've ever got. That's heaps better. So... and they said she was all right in the end. But, yeah.
Do you remember when Sheldon harassed?
Yes, I do. Harassed him. Well,
he went around to his house because didn't he get like a court order against him or something?
Yeah.
So he got his address.
That's right. I never got a photo with him, but I've got a photo of him, and I did see him from afar. I didn't want to pay the money to get a photo with him, but I looked over in the autograph section of Supanova or whatever, and he was signing stuff.
That's really cool.
And I was like, I took a photo of him.
That's
but
cool.
You have to be they're kind of strict around those autograph areas if they see you taking photos.
They are indeed.
It's like, what are you doing? So Hellboy photo, I can see you've got it here. Is that
That's a set photo from. That's
Oh no, that just looks like from. Isn't that from an episode of Stranger Things where the sheriff goes in to Halloween dressed as Hellboy?
It could be Dave Harbour. No. This is from the new Hellboy. It's coming out next year.
Ah, well, that is cool. I didn't think there was a problem with the old Hellboys. I haven't seen.
Did you like the Golden Army? That was a good one.
I remember liking it, although I have to admit I haven't seen the Golden Army as much as I have seen the first Hellboy.
I think I like it better.
Yeah, I remember it blends, it confuses me because I haven't seen Pan's Labyrinth that much either. And they both confuse me a little. But
there's like really
beautiful backdrops, and I remember they go underground or something.
Yeah, they go to this city that's like behind like a abattoir or whatever, like a meat market.
Yeah.
And there is like so many creatures, and there's like one that's just like got like it's like a church, like an intricate church for a head. It's it's bizarre.
Because I remember liking it, but I just haven't ever seen it. I don't know.
And the bad guy's pretty badass. And like there's these little fairy things, two fairies. And there's like this big tree monster. It's really cool. Yeah,
I remember liking it. There was just a stage. I don't know. I just got sick of Tim Burton and what's the other guy?
Guillermo del Toro.
They seem to be everywhere, and I don't know why. I was just like, oh, but I
think that's what happened when Pacific Rim came out. I know. I regret not seeing that in the cinema.
But I think I saw Golden. I've seen that one 2 or 3 times. I get it confused with the movie City of Lost Children as well because they both. I don't know why they blend into my head because I think of them both as being underground and having weird creatures and stuff.
Yeah. That's what they do.
But Hellboy's good. Maybe he'll kill a Demogorgon.
Well,
and they'll say
you'd need 11 to help out for that, I think.
Yeah, well, that's cool. She could do it. I saw her. She popped up in
Godzilla.
She is in Godzilla. No, I was going to say that Maroon 5 film clip. Girls like you run around with guys like me. Have you seen that clip?
Nope. Was she rapping? I've seen her rap. She's a pretty good rapper.
Adam, whatever, Levine or Divine, whichever one isn't in Workaholics.
Yeah.
Lambert, one of them, and he's like singing in this thing, and the camera keeps like going around him 360.
Yeah.
And he's like, there's a girl like behind him, and she's sort of singing along and dancing and stuff. But every time the camera goes around, it's like a different girl. And so it's got like Millie Bobby Brown and Jennifer Lopez and Ellen and
all the famous chicks,
his wife, I think, and some
sweet
gymnast and Tiffany Haddish. But anyway, it's got all the different. So it keeps spinning around and they're like dancing. It's got
well, I'm gonna have to watch this now.
It's got who I thought was Tiffany Haddish, but I thought it was Iris West off The Flash.
Oh, The Flash.
And I was like, wow, that girl from The Flash is doing all right. She's in the Maroon 5 clip. But then I googled who it was, and it was Tiffany Haddish. I was like,
I was watching The Flash the other day, and there's a Sherlock Holmes character.
Sherlock, his name is
Sherlock, and he said that she was classically beautiful, and she was like, ooh,
yeah. As well as you are classic and beautiful, Sherlock. They're getting desperate with these Harrison Wells.
He's pretty cool. I like him.
Yeah, I do like that. I mean, I don't know if I like that character. I like that actor, so I just like all the characters he does.
He's got a lot of alimony.
What's his name? Yeah, that's what he says, isn't it? Whatever that guy's name is, what was he in? He was in Numbers? No, wait, that was the other guy that I get him confused with. He was in Ed.
That's right. He's Ed.
Yeah, he was Ed. And then he was also the older brother in Scrubs. But he was only in 2 or 3 episodes. He was JD's older brother.
He does look like Zach a bit.
Yeah, he was JD's older brother in Scrubs. Yeah. But I get him confused with Rob Morrow, who was in Northern Exposure and
Northern Exposure.
Numbers later on.
Who's the other guy?
What was the guy? You know, the young guy in Numbers?
Yeah.
What was he in? Wasn't he in some teen movie or something?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Hold on.
And he was like, he was all like straight-laced and stuff.
Yeah.
Like Road Trip? No, not Road Trip.
No. It wasn't that. It was.
Do you remember that time we went on Road Trip and you had sex with that big African American girl and you got her panties?
Yeah.
And Tom Green stayed home and the snake bit his hand.
Was Stifler there?
Yeah. Oh wait, that's Road Trip. What
was that movie that the dude was in? I'm trying to think.
I'm thinking like. I'm hopeless today. I haven't had enough. I've been doing assignments and work and jamming. I'm trying to think of... I'm getting confused with Harold and Kumar, but it's not Harold and Kumar.
No, it's not Harold and Kumar.
But is Kumar in Star Trek? Or Harold in Star Trek?
Harold's in Star Trek. He's the one that's done fencing.
Yeah. That's right. That's right. They all blend together.
Is it Rob Marrow? Is that he's talking about?
No, that's the guy who I get confused with Ed.
Yeah, that's it. Okay, yep, I get it. What about Dave? Some guy.
Yeah, that'd be him.
Let's see what this dude's been in, because he's definitely
He's been in a million things.
Oh, it was the one with Heath Ledger.
10
10 Things I Hate About
He was in that 10 Things I Hate About You, and he was in probably other stuff. Yeah, 10 Things I Hate About You, he was too, wasn't he? He liked Alex Mack.
You. No, he liked the other girl.
Oh, Joseph Gordon-Levitt liked Alex Mack.
That's right, yeah.
Right.
He liked the other girl, and they were both, because she was into Shakespeare, so he did the Shakespeare thing.
That's right, and then they found out she had black underwear, and that was significant for some reason.
No, that was the other chick. That was Alex Mack's sister.
Yeah, that's right. Alex Mack found out she had black underwear, and that meant she wanted to have sex for some reason.
That's right.
Oh, that Alex Mack.
And Heath Ledger was like eating a lizard.
That's the origin story for the Joker. Is that right?
Yeah,
She rejected him, and he went, why so serious?
Got a lot of inspiration from a younger Tom Waits for that.
Did he say, you want to know how I got these scars? I was dancing on a bleacher singing a song for a girl.
He's got a couple of different stories when it comes to that.
Yeah, well, we're going to find out it with, did you see the set photos for Joaquin's Joker movie?
They do look good.
Yeah, it looks weird, but good.
I was watching the Titans the other night.
Yeah, you're up to, I'm not up to date, I've dropped out.
Robin was talking to Wonder Girl.
Yeah, Wonder Girl.
About the Joker.
Ooh, which Robin?
Dick Grayson.
So not Jason Todd.
It's funny because
he's not Ray, he's Nightwing.
Yeah, but it was when they were younger.
Oh, I see. I'll allow it.
When they were children.
I'll allow it. Where's Dick Grayson? I mean, where's Damian Wayne?
He's not in it yet.
What I'm confused is, I always thought in Teen Titans, oh no, maybe not. No, yeah. See, this is where it gets confusing, because I watched the animated Teen Titans, right?
Which one?
The
new one or the old one?
Both.
Okay, yeah.
And they both got the same voice cast. But I thought that Robin was Damian Wayne, because he's always fighting Deathstroke, and he's like...
No, because in the future, he's Nightwing.
Yeah, but then there's a Teen Titans movie with the same voice of Robin, where Nightwing is Skyping in, and he's like, shut up, Damian, go get Corey.
Whoa.
And then Damian's jealous that Dick and Corey have a thing, because he's got a crush on Corey. But they've got the same voice, but then it does...
They hook up in the Titans series.
And then in that same movie, Deathstroke takes... Deathstroke and...
They call him Deathstroke or Slade?
Well, they call him Deathstroke in this movie. But he has a fight with Robin, and he's like, our master would have been disappointed in you. And Damian Wayne's like, never! You don't know the ninja way.
That's Nisha's his mum, isn't it?
Yeah, and so they have a big fight. But the point of this is, Robin's got a bow staff, and he's got that thing, and he's grumpy, and he's always like, that's very Damian Wayne to me, not Dick Grayson. Dick Grayson's nice, and he wouldn't be like, shut up, Raven, we've got to go because I'm the night and I'm dark. And that's how Robin is in sort of Teen Titans Go. But then when the movie is, it's clearly Dick Grayson.
She was calling him, Wonder Girl was calling him Boy Wonder.
Yeah.
And he's like, ugh.
So it's all very confusing, unless, I know the answer probably is that in some Teen Titans and Teen Titans Go, it might be Damian Wayne, and then in this movie...
I think it's Dick Grayson in the
it must be in Go, because why would they change it to a different... Yeah,
he's definitely Nightwing later.
Do you know which Robins are which? Tweet at us. But I mean, even the look of the Robin in Teen Titans Go looks like Damian Wayne. He's got a mask, and he wears pants, and he has a bow staff.
In Titans?
In Teen Titans Go.
Oh, yeah, Teen Titans Go, yeah.
In Titans, he looks like Damian Wayne, but I know that that's
Dick Grayson
because they say it's Dick Grayson right off the start.
Yeah.
It's just they call him Robin so much in Teen Titans and Teen Titans Go, and he fights Slade and Deathstroke so much that I just thought that was Damian Wayne, because Slade and Deathstroke is a Batman villain or a Damian Wayne villain.
Yeah.
Because Damian sort of was raised by them as well, and then he's got a problem with them too, and he also is sort of equal to Slade because he's got the same training.
Yeah.
So that's why...
the League of Assassins.
Anyway.
What about... did you like Jason Todd and Titans?
I think my biggest problem with Titans is I don't know what I expected, but I just think it looks a bit cheap. I don't know why I think that looks cheap and The Flash doesn't, because it looks as good as The Flash, but just for some reason, because it's so supernaturally and stuff, I just go,
Some parts do. I think as it's progressed, it's actually got...
better. That's what people say, yeah.
It does look better,
I think it is better. And like I said to you, I've got to... I'd finish it off if I...
Well,
I'm coming up to school holidays, so I'll probably finish it off.
I think I watched the 8th episode yesterday.
I think I stopped on 6.
And there's about 24 in the season, so see how it goes.
I've got 7 legally obtained on my computer.
Ooh,
I was going to say on my computer. How did you get that? No, I've got 7 on...
You can legally obtain it.
Yes, that's right. I subscribe to it on iTunes. Now, I've got 7 on my computer, and then when it came time to watch it, I just got sidetracked watching YouTube videos about people building computers, and then 8 came out, and I was like, well, I've only watched 7! And then I was like,
I'm looking at this pretty computer that you built. It's very pretty.
Yeah, it's all right. It would have been... I mean, it's good. I got very lucky. I overclocked it. It's got a stable overclock. Everyone, aren't you impressed? 3.9 gigahertz, which is about fast. I have been playing...
What was that cool game you were playing?
Battle Chasers Night War, which I got on Black Friday off Steam for $7.99.
That's nice.
The reason I got it... It's actually a pretty good game, but there's probably a billion games like this, and there's probably a billion games that are better than it at this. It's the type of game where... So it's weird because it goes from... like where you sort of third-person sort of Diablo-esque running around with the character. It's quite good detailed graphics, but it's just a sort of distant overhead view sort of on an angle.
Yeah.
And then it goes to these really simple map views where you have to walk around points. And when you run into a villain, it goes to battle, and that's really good graphics. Yeah. And you just sort of pick your moves for your characters, and then you click on the enemy, and then the enemies have their moves back, and I don't know what that is again. And then the enemies have their moves back, and you go through it like that. So
that sounds like a good game.
Well, I like it. I mean, it's probably... I haven't watched any reviews and stuff like that, but I can see people saying it's boring. Like my nephew, he was like, I want to play a game, and I didn't want him signing out of my Steam account because it annoys me to have to sign back in. So I was like, just play, and I started a new game for him, and he's like, ooh, because literally, like, this is what I like about it, because I guess there is a name for these. What do you call them? Grinding or something? Because you can literally just go back to the dungeon and fight the same 25 monsters again, and then you go from level 8 to level 9, and you're like, yes! Or you find a different piece of armor and you put it on your character and you go, yeah, that's cool.
I'm surprised you don't like World of Warcraft.
Yeah, but I never really played it then. Maybe I would have.
Yeah, you probably would have.
But I don't like playing with other people, so...
Well, then you wouldn't have liked it.
Yeah, because I'm like, oh, I want to hide away in my shame, in my room. I don't want you there going...
Judging you.
I don't want some 12-year-old going, fuck off, you stupid noob.
Or just be like you're doing that wrong.
Yeah. And come and teabag me with a panda in a karate outfit or something. Is that World of Warcraft?
I think that's more like, what's the new one that everyone plays? Fortnite.
Fortnite, yeah.
Oh,
that is like Fortnite.
It's huge, eh? So what else? Roald Dahl has come into Netflix.
Yeah, I saw that. Oh, did you see on Netflix, my nephew and niece, hot breaking current news from the primary school set? They've been watching Minecraft Story Mode on Netflix, and you can play it.
How?
Well, you have your remote, and so you can't do... So on Minecraft Story Mode, it's like a Telltale game. Correct me if I'm wrong out there, you can tweet at us at NerdyOz. But I think Telltale did make it before they went bankrupt or got closed down. But so it's a lot of quick time events and then a lot of conversation choices, and they're kind of the only events. So sometimes you'll go like, you know, he'll be like, we need wood. It's got like Patton Oswald's voice as the main guy, and it's got all famous voices in it. You go, we need some wood, cut down that tree. And then you literally just hold X on the control pad, and the bar goes around, and he chops the tree down. So they don't do those things. So they don't do the quick time events. But when they're talking, and he'll be like, I don't know what to do. And then it'll pause, and it has 2 boxes. Well, it doesn't pause. The background animation still plays, and the characters still blink and stuff. But it has 2 boxes, and you just click on a box, like, you know, run, save Lucas. And you might click save Lucas. And he was like, I'm going to go save Lucas. So you can sort of choose the conversational part. You can choose the paths, but you don't do any quick time events. But I don't know. Quick time events are annoying anyway.
Well, that's interesting for Netflix.
So I'm thinking if Telltale closed down... Maybe Netflix just bought all those Telltale games, and you're going to get The Wolf Among Us and all those Walking Deads. Because imagine...
I was playing Game of Thrones, actually.
And that's a good use of Netflix. I mean, it's just coming over your data, so why not? Like, why not?
Yeah, why not play video games on Netflix?
Yeah, you can have an interactive story. And I mean, not just limited to Netflix. When Disney launches their streaming service.
You could have a choose your own adventure.
On Netflix, yeah. TV show.
TV series.
Yeah, that's right. And you can, they can do 2 episodes, they can do 2 endings to an episode of a big show. And when you're watching it, they can say, which ending do you want? And you can pick your ending and watch it. And then you can go back and watch the next ending another time. Or people can vote in real time. I mean, that makes it a bit hard for Netflix because not everyone's watching the show at the same time.
They couldn't do it in real time. Unless they were talking about the next episode that comes out next week.
Yeah, what would you want to happen? And then you'd have to vote before then. But I don't know, that seemed cool. So you can watch that right now. Indy can play Minecraft Story Mode on Netflix.
Which character will die in Game of Thrones next?
Tyrion? I don't know. Tyrion, maybe?
Would Jon Snow be too much to ask for?
I don't think Jon Snow dies at all, and I don't think Khaleesi dies at all.
He's already
I mean, I think he dies eventually. They all die. And I know Jon Snow's already dead, but I don't think he died. I think him and Khaleesi...
Isn't that the whole thing? All men must die?
Yeah, well, he's already died.
He's already died. He came back.
I have said... What did he say? He said, I promise to serve... to wear the back until I die. I have died. I've given all my brothers. He doesn't talk like that. That sounds more like... I'll tell you who's going to die. I'll tell you who might not die.
Who might not die?
Grayscale Khaleesi crush.
Oh, yeah. If he's not dead yet, he's not going to die.
But he's going to be pissed off with Jon Snow. Oh, man, come on. I stepped out for a second to get my Grayscale cured, and you swooped in.
I think we've pretty much covered all the news. There is a couple other things, like there's a new animated Star Wars
I saw that. Yeah, but
web series.
so you can watch them on YouTube already. They look very anime-y.
Yeah,
you just need a geo block.
And there's a new Blade Runner anime.
That looks cool. Blade Runner's a good thing for anime. We'll have to look and keep you updated, guys, with that when we see it.
Done it.
It's to write script for Blue Beetle fame. Blue Beetle's a good thing. They do the Teen Titans Blue Beetle. I'll be down for that. I don't know much about the old Blue Beetle, but I do like the Teen Titans Blue Beetle, who is, I think his name's Artie or something. He's like a little African-American dude. And, the Beetle is like, he couldn't go home for ages because the Beetle wanted to kill his dad because he was angry with his dad for telling him what to do. And the alien didn't understand that, people can be angry with their dads and still love them. And so whenever he went near his dad, the Beetle always tried to kill his dad because the alien is like bonded to him. So kind of like, if someone's like, I'm going to kill you, Jaime, his name's Jaime. So if people goes, he's like, someone's like, I'm going to kill you, Jaime, then the Beetle goes and like takes over and the things come up because it's like bonded to him and it wants to protect Jaime. And there's some weird thing with his dad where he was cranky with his dad and then the Beetle, he couldn't go near his dad because the Beetle was like, I'm going to kill that dude. But then he kind of trains it. Well, he goes to the Teen Titans and they try and help him. It's a bit X-Men-y. They try and help him train it so that he can, see his dad and his mum and stuff.
And who's this guy, Gareth Dunnett Alacor?
He's doing a Blue Beetle movie, is he? Yeah. I have heard his name. Let's have a look.
I think he's going to do Scarface.
Oh, the Mexican remake for Scarface? Yeah. And the Latin remake, Mexican?
And I think that Blue Beetle is a Mexican hero.
Yeah.
He's from, New Mexico or something like that.
Oh, maybe that's why. Maybe I'm being racist then. Jaime's he's drawn very dark in the Teen Titans. He's probably not black. He's probably Mexican. Yeah. Or Latin. Whatever it is. Probably South American. Let's call it that.
The last thing is that you can obtain Luke Skywalker's
lightsaber, the original.
Yes, for an auction, and it's only $150,000.
Well, someone bought...
That's very affordable.
Well, someone bought Hugh Hefner's typewriter for $100,000, so I'd much prefer the lightsaber.
Especially if it actually worked.
Yeah.
Imagine if you had a functional lightsaber.
It was the one he dropped off Bespin.
Yeah, it would be. The blue one?
Yeah.
Because the green one was the one that he made afterwards.
What if Ray went down into the bowels of Mos Cantina, whatever his name is.
And somebody bought it at an auction.
What's her name?
She was upset because it was gone.
What's that little action hero dude that had sex with Justin Theroux's name?
Oh, the girl with the big eyes.
Yeah. Anyway.
Whatever her name was.
In her bar.
Mars? Is it
Mars?
Mars, yeah.
In her bar, imagine if Ray went down there and she picked up the lightsaber because calling name, and then this guy went, excuse me, I purchased that for $140,000 and you are ruining it by taking it out of its packaging.
Yeah, it would be on my mantelpiece.
Bazinga! Sheldon.
Yeah, Sheldon.
That seems like a cutscene from your favourite show.
Oh, that I was watching Young Sheldon,
Yeah.
and it said at the end of the first season that he
Give you eye cancer.
no, he was drawing up a contract for his Mima and his professor at university that was teaching him.
Yeah.
Because they were having relations.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's drawing up a contract because they're having some issues. And he said, I do this many times with my roommate, my wife, and also with my children. And so maybe this season we'll have him...
Imagine him as a dad. Ooh,
Yeah,
God.
being the dad at the end.
Oh, right. Well, there you go. He's going to have sex with Blossom.
Could you imagine?
He's probably going to have sex with Blossom. I haven't been keeping up with my Big
No,
Bang Theory.
he does have sex with Blossom. It was a pretty big deal when they did it.
Well, that is gross.
Well, they don't actually show it.
I think that...
There was one part where he said that he wouldn't have relations at work. He said, because Amy's bare bottom on his workstation would be unsanitary.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
What about, I don't know. I like Kelly Kuko, but not in that show.
Not in that show? What
Just
about?
in general.
Yeah, she's pretty cool. What about, we've seen some movies?
Yes, we saw. What did we saw? We saw the Grinch remake, which was... Well, it's all right. I don't know. I don't know what to think about it. It was all right.
It was okay.
There was a few chuckles here and there. No idea as good as, say, Incredibles or anything like that. But I wasn't like, oh, God. It was just... It was like a kid's movie. It was a fine kid's movie
And it
with a
kept
few funny bits.
Indy and Lucian very entertained.
So it was a funny little kid's movie with a few...
What do you think of Benedict?
Yeah, I mean... He was better than... He sounded better as a Grinch than he did as Doctor Strange almost.
And he wasn't like
Are
very...
you seriously leaning on the
wasn't
culture?
too mean. He was more snide.
Yeah, but I mean, his accent sounded fine and stuff. He
Yeah,
wasn't
he did
like,
a good accent.
are you seriously leaning on the cauldron of infinity?
What about the...
Is that what it's called? Something says something like that, doesn't he?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, that's right.
He did.
What was the name of the... Was it reindeer, the big one? Max? Or?
Yeah, Max or something. He was cool.
Oh, no, Max was the dog.
Oh, Max was the dog.
I think it was Fred.
That's right.
Was it Fred?
Yeah. Anyway, they're cool.
Or Frank, something like that.
And we saw that, and we saw...
Would you recommend people go watch The Grinch?
Yeah, if you've got kids, take them to see The Grinch.
Yeah, I think it's a good Christmas movie.
Unless there's other stuff. I mean, it shows you how lucky we are because you go and see a Pixar movie or something like that, and I really enjoy them. And I wouldn't say that I really enjoyed The Grinch, but I didn't hate it either. I thought it was a fine kids movie. That's what I would expect. It reminds me of the sort of Despicable Me.
Yeah, well, it had a
and
Minions short.
Well, they made it, don't they, obviously?
Yeah.
But I think of the Shark's Tale and Despicable Me and stuff when I think of that. They're fine. But I would watch some Pixar movies and some Disney movies, and some other animated ones like Treasure Planet or... what's that Rio de Janeiro one with Michael J. Fox, El Dorado, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I watch myself, but I don't know if I would watch The Grinch unless I was watching it with a kid.
But you went twice.
Yeah, but with kids.
Both time with kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's very children orientated, isn't it?
Yeah, and I mean, it's all right. What about... What was the other movie we saw?
We saw Fantastic Beasts.
Oh, The Crimes of Grindelwald.
Yes.
So much movie. Oh, what the crud is going on? Talk about, they want to make 5 movies. They put 5 movies in that one movie. Who knows what the heck's going on with these Harry Potters and the confusions. Hopefully the next one's just...
Maybe you should rewatch all of them.
Oh, God. No thanks. But...
What do you think of Dumbledore?
Well, see, there's stuff I really like. I like the Harry Potter universe. I like the look of it. I like, Dumbledore. I don't really have... I like Newt Scamander, surprisingly, who I didn't like him much in the...
Harry Redmayne is his name?
Eddie Redmayne.
Eddie Redmayne.
See, in the first one, I really liked the Baker, and I thought Newt was okay, but I like Colin Farrell and that stuff. In this one, I really like Newt, but then...
This is the synopsis for this. A second installment of Fantastic Beasts series features the adventures of magic zoologist Newt Scamander. That's not a very good
synopsis, no.
No, like...
And then, see, it's so confusing because does that girl that works for him have a crush on him, and then she's never in the movie ever again? And
oh, that's right.
And what about
the girl that was helping him be a zoologist, magic zoologist?
Yeah, and she seemed to have a crush on him, but then
she did like him because when he took his shirt off, she was like, ooh.
Yeah, that's right. But then she's never in the movie again. And there's a bit where he's just riding a seaweed dragon that looks cool, but
what about
it's got no point to the actual movie.
No. The bad thing that he was fighting wasn't it like a dragon?
Oh yeah, that Chinese dragon. See, I think the special effects are done really well.
The circles are good.
That statue in France.
Yeah, that move, that was cool.
That was cool. I thought that looked cool. It's
Johnny Depp, what do you think of him?
It's just the whole thing is confusing. I don't know what the buzzing is. Sorry about that. We're recording at my house today, and I don't know what's going on with this audio. I think it's because I've got only 2 PowerPoints in my room, and I've got this off a power board running through an extension cord, running through a power cube. I don't know. It could be anything, but
that's all right.
There's a few little buzzes and pops.
We just need Woody, and we could have Buzz.
Yeah, Woody. Ooh, that sounds like a sex toy.
It does.
Woody and Buzz, they both sound like sex toys.
Yeah, I've heard many women refer to sex toys as Buzz.
And do they go to infinity and beyond?
I don't know. They haven't.
Or do they go, there's a snake in my boot?
There's a snake in my boot. In my booty.
But it's so many questions. I mean, who the heck is McGonagall? Because that's timeline's way out of whack. It can't be.
What about the dude with the Philosopher's Stone?
Well, that's because he does say. I rewatched that on YouTube because I was like, what the heck? So I rewatched it, and they do say, Dumbledore says, my friend Nicholas Flamel, who's helping me live forever or something. And then they end up destroying the Philosopher's Stone in one of the movies.
Here you go. This is better. In an effort to thwart Grindelwald's plans of rising pure-blood wizards to rule over all non-magical beings, Albus Dumbledore enlists the former student Newt Scamander, who agrees to help.
Oh, but does he?
Though he's unaware of the dangers that lie ahead. Lines are drawn as love and loyalty are tested, even amongst the truest friends and family, in an increasingly divided wizarding world. That's exactly what happened in that movie. I remember, because his brother was, fighting and stuff.
Yeah, but see, that doesn't say.
Why do they want Newt to kill him? Why did Newt have to kill? What was he? Why did
because Dumbledore couldn't, because he had a blood pact that they'd never hurt each other. But then Newt gave him back the blood pact. So now they can work on.
That's right, because the little thing. What's the little thing's called?
I don't know. Oh, yeah, the little Milo. Nifflers, yeah.
Niffler stole it. Yeah, because he steals things.
Niffler's cool. Yeah. The beasts are cool. Who would have thought? Watching the first one, I was like, Newt and Eddie Redmayne and these stupid creatures. Now they're my favourite part. The rest of it, I'm like, what the heck?
Ezra Miller was alright, and his little girlfriend.
Yeah, but then they say he's a Dumbledore, but how can he be a Dumbledore because he's not? And then, so the point, so spoilers for you if you haven't watched Fantastic Beasts, you can skip 5 minutes ahead. But so they're saying that she stole. So hang on, Lestrange didn't like the baby because it was crying, so she swapped it with another baby that just happened to be a Dumbledore.
Yep, that's pretty convenient.
And then the Lestrange died, but the Dumbledore lived on.
That's right.
But it's meant to be his brother, but they never mention that he's. Well, they do mention he's got a brother, but that's another guy that runs a pub that doesn't like him.
Yep.
So now they've got another mysterious brother that was sent to England. The whole thing is very confusing. Come on, JK, what are you doing?
JK.
And also, my question is, the other thing that irks me when I was thinking back on this, I mean, I think it's cool. I'll go and see all the other ones. This one is just, maybe this will make sense. Maybe this is just the Empire Strikes Back of...
The Last Jedi?
Yeah, the Empire Strikes Back of the, what do you call them? Fantastic Beasts series. Because, I mean, they lose Goldie and all this bad, and Grindelwald gets away, and the brother gets murdered and all this stuff.
It ends on a downer.
So maybe, who knows. But my question is, Goldie's whole driving force throughout the film. So she gets cranky because she's not allowed to marry a Muggle.
Yeah, she's got him under a spell.
Well, she got him under a spell to get him to England because he didn't want to go to England. But she got him under... So they wanted to get married, but in America, wizards can't marry no-mages, as they're called in America, or Muggles, as they're called in England. So she then cast a spell on him to get him to come to England so that they can get married because he didn't want to fly or didn't want to go to England or whatever, for whatever reason. He wanted to stay and make his cakes. Then the spell gets broken. He said, well, I'll still marry you. You didn't have to trick me. I love you. And she gets upset about something and goes to Paris. Yeah. And then he chases her to Paris. Well, he says the wrong thing because that's his character. He's a bit bumbling. He says the wrong thing.
He always says the wrong thing.
But my question is...
But his intentions are always...
That's right. But then the minute a character... And she's a telepath, so she can read the minds of Grindelwald and all that. Although I think they maybe mentioned...
I think she read his mind, and because he said...
I think he can trick others.
No, he said something to her where he said that she was crazy.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
But the point is, her whole motivation is...
And she knew that he actually meant it.
But Grindelwald's policy is to enslave, if not kill, all the Muggles or no-mages. But Goldie is the one person that shouldn't go with him because she's the only character that's in love with a muggle or an homage. Yeah, so why would she choose to join him out of everyone? She should be the person that's not going to join him. A, she's a telepath, so she can see through all these crud.
I think that she's actually a bit under a spell herself.
Well, maybe. They could, so we don't know. You have to wait till the next one's going because there's so many questions. Who the heck is this McGonagall? Why, like... There was some of that stuff annoyed me. That wink, wink, ooh, wink, wink, because some of it didn't make sense, or some of it really did seem like that bit where they're in Lestrange and then they're back at Hogwarts. Well, it's cool to see Hogwarts. Yeah. But when they're back in Hogwarts and she goes, and she says like, you know, come on. No, you know, she said, and then Professor McGonagall takes the spell off her mouth so she can talk again. Yeah. And she says, thank you, Professor McGonagall. She's mean, punish her. And then she puts it back on because she gets really annoying. But then you're like, who was that aimed at? Because Professor McGonagall's not old.
No, but she'd be about the same age as Dumbledore.
No, she's not. Because Dumbledore's like 1,000 years old. Professor McGonagall's just 60.
Okay.
I think. See, this is... I don't know. Anyway, from what I've watched online and from what I've read and stuff like that, people smarter than me that...
Love Harry Potter.
Yeah. And fill their Instagram with photos of them and host YouTube shows and stuff.
Are a bit upset.
Asking, they're just saying, well, who the heck is that? Because they seem to say that McGonagall doesn't have... she was the first McGonagall that worked at Hogwarts or something. But then, and I think J.K. Rowling came out and said that she wasn't good with dates. So people are like, are you saying that you just put McGonagall...
That sounds like an excuse.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's her universe.
But it's magical. They can do whatever they want.
So, and then people are saying now, the big thing online is that people are saying, are we George Lucasing J.K.? So are we going to say, oh, you messed it up so much that Warner Brothers gives it to someone else, and then we go, oh, what? We missed J.K. Rowling.
That's why you need to have someone like a Kevin Feige or whatever. Feige, to oversee. Continuity needs to be.
Well, J.K. Rowling is one of the richest people in the world.
That's the problem with this DC universe, man. No one's doing it. That's right. It's all up to shit.
But J.K. Rowling is one of the richest people in the world. You think she could just hire 4 of these nerds and just go, hey, read this. Did it make any mistakes? And they could be like, well, actually, Dumbledore has a phoenix only in this one, and you put it out.
Maybe she does have those people that just shit at their job.
Yeah, maybe they just lied.
Maybe.
Say, I love Harry Potter. I love Samwise and Harry and Smaug.
They're just too busy being part of it. They're just like, yes, JK, whatever, you're the best.
Maybe one of them's just confused. I love Bilbo and Harry and Smaug and...
So what do you reckon? Would you go, do you advise people to go and watch...
My recommendation about Fantastic Beasts would be watch it at home. I mean, we'll go and watch it at the movies maybe, but then watch it at home again. I don't know what the hell's going on. I don't know if it's bad or not. I'll have to wait until I see the next one because that's going to determine... It's a bit like Infinity War. You don't know how angry to be about stuff until you see part 2. And then when they go, we can only bring back 6 people. And then you go, oh, and then you do get angry because you go, oh, why did you... Well, or maybe they... Depending how they get people back from the being killed is either going to make people go, hooray! Or make people go, oh.
That's the thing, because sometimes the next movie can erase all the
good, all the bad.
All the bad just gets forgotten. They're just like, oh, wasn't that a fantastic series?
Yeah, or it can go the opposite way. There are movies like... Some of my movies that I love, like say Anchorman. Anchorman was my favourite movie. I used to watch Anchorman all the time. It's one of my favourite comedies. All my friends and stuff would quote it. Then Anchorman 2 came out, and we were so excited. And I even flew to Brisbane to see it with one of my friends because we were such big Anchorman fans.
That was a big mistake.
I've never watched Anchorman 2 again, and I've never watched Anchorman.
I've never watched Anchorman 2.
Yeah, and I'm like...
You know what you shouldn't watch?
What?
Joe Dirt 2.
Oh, I'm not going to watch that either.
You don't do a sequel to a comedy.
No, well, you can, but very rarely do they work. I'm trying to think of one that's better than the original.
Zoolander 2? Was that better?
No. Beverly Hills Cop 2, maybe.
Maybe, yeah, but see, that's more of an action. Like, it is a comedy.
Yeah, I get you, yeah. So it's got more of a plot.
I'm just talking about a straight-out comedy.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of... There are... What about Bad Neighbours 2? That was all right. It wasn't terrible.
It was okay. It was not as good as the original, but but it was okay. It was much better than.
Game Night I thought was a good movie this year.
Yeah, Game Night was great.
Speaking of comedies,
yeah, that was fantastic.
Game Night's good. I like. Is his name Lamar something?
Lamar. Which one was Lamar?
You know, he's in New Girl. I can't remember his name, the actor.
Oh, you're talking about Coach?
Winston.
Oh, Winston. Oh, Winston's the best.
Yeah, he's the best.
Winston's amazing.
But he's in Game Mode, isn't he?
Yeah,
he's like, who'd you sleep with?
Yeah.
You don't tell me it was this guy.
Winston either goes too little or too much.
I was watching an old New Girl because the internet went down and I'm just going through shows I had on my hard drive and I was like, I haven't watched any New Girl in ages, and I just picked on it random. And it was one where Schmidt and Cece were getting married.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. And Winston's
was like doing a prank. He's like, well, I gotta do a prank or something. And it was just making me laugh so much.
Isn't it a feather? Doesn't he put a feather in, like, he goes tickfoot?
Yeah.
Something.
And it was like crawling in the thing. I don't know.
That was the whole thing.
And it was like, you just, I don't know. I was just laughing so hard.
Ticklefoot.
Yeah, that's right. I was just laughing so hard. And I'm like, this is just so stupid.
She got a feather in her foot.
Yeah. It reminds me, that show reminds me a bit of The Good Place, which is on now.
Yeah, The Good Place.
Because that makes me laugh as well. Mainly from
that's in Australia.
Jason. Not anymore.
Oh, it's out of Australia? I think I'm still Australia. Jason left?
No, he didn't leave.
Oh,
they left Australia.
He loves the Jaguars.
Yeah. But they have his dad in an episode, so you can watch that. His dad's name's Donkey Doug.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He goes, and his dad goes, son! At the end, I won't tell you what happens, but I'll tell you what his dad says at the end. He goes, son! Because he goes, oh, thanks, Donkey Doug. And he goes, son, call me Donkey Dad.
Oh, that's awesome.
And he goes, all right, Donkey Dad. And he goes, oh, I don't like that. Call me Donkey Dad.
Actually, that's awesome. Especially, what was I going to say? Oh, no, actually, they're doing another series in Australia, and it's Preacher.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, Preacher.
It's coming to Australia.
Coming to Australia.
In the actual Preacher universe or just for filming?
Well, I'm not too sure, but it's going to be in Melbourne. So
because they don't come to Australia in the comic book, do they?
But they could go off book.
Oh, they could. I mean, they've already gone off book, really. It's a lot different.
Yeah, Game of Thrones could do the same.
I mean, they leave.
Game of Thrones could come to Australia.
Because I watched the whole first series. I haven't started season 2 of Preacher, but that's a weird one because I really love Preacher.
The first season was pretty good.
But see, I watched the first 3 episodes of Preacher, and then I was like, oh, they've changed it. I'm not watching this. And then I stopped watching it. Even though I love Joseph Gilgan, and I love...
who's, what's the name? Violet? Not Violet?
Yeah, Ruth Negga. She's good.
Yeah. Is it Violet? No.
Her name is...
some flower.
What's her name? Yeah, isn't it Violet? No.
It could be Violet. It's some type of flower name.
Venus? Violet? I don't know. Jessie? I know she says that.
Jessie. Yeah, she's funny as she talks.
But see... I liked her and Joseph Gilgan. Ruth Negga's like an Irish actor, and Joseph Gilgan.
Oh, yeah, you're talking about Rudy.
Yeah, he's an English actor.
Yeah, Rudy's great.
He's an English actor playing an Irish vampire, and she's an Irish actor playing an American, I don't know, prostitute? No, she's not a prostitute. Assassin.
Oh, she's an assassin. She's an assassin. There was something to do with a brothel.
Yeah, she lived in a brothel.
Yeah.
And then they were doing that game where they were chasing the prostitutes, and she got cranky.
Right. And didn't one of them fall in a hole or something and die?
Yeah, that's it. But anyway, the point is, I was like, straight from the thing, this is weird, and I thought I knew what series was, but then I watched season 1 and it got me hooked again, and then at the end...
Tulip's her name.
Tulip, yeah, that's right. Violet Tulip, that's right. And then at the end, they do the end of... Well, not the end, it's the beginning, really. But they do what happens in the comic book when he leaves town.
When God goes missing.
No, when he leaves town.
Oh, yeah.
They do that at the end of the series.
With the angels?
No, he says something and then the town gets wiped out.
Oh, that's right, yep.
Oh, no, he doesn't wipe. The town gets wiped out. Maybe it is the angels.
It blows up because of the gas leak.
Yeah, because I just remember that panel in the comic book where he's driving away and he's like, I hope town will be alright or something, or go to hell, wherever, or whatever. And then you just see this smoking, the whole town's dead.
Yeah.
And then they do that.
Like a mushroom cloud?
Yeah, and then they do that at the end of the first season. I was like, oh, sweet. And from what I understand, they do keep up with the comic in that they do have Jesse's grandma or whatever and his dad and then the inbred people that kidnapped him and all this stuff like that. Yeah, so that makes me think that I mean, I don't know, people said it got better, so I'm on board for, I just haven't had time.
Yeah, I watched some of season 2, they're in New Orleans.
Yeah, because they sort of go for that between 40 and 50 minutes. I find those ones really hard because I always want to watch more than one because they get you hooked at the end. And then they go, I should have been in bed at midnight. It's 2 a.m. Bah!
Man, I've been binging so much DC. I've been watching some Daredevil and some Titans. It's really starting to...
get you.
Oh, it's a lot of TV.
It is, yeah.
Is that Mega Man you got on there?
Yes, I got that in Japan.
Mega Man.
I got that at a little retro game store in Japan.
I like it. That's very cool.
Where I got that too.
Oh, Spider-Gwen. Oh, yeah, that's cool. That's is that Jesus' hands?
No, it's like the Jesus pose, but it's Darsom, see? He's in with his bands, and there's his skulls that he has around.
That's very cool.
But it's like the praying Jesus hands, but it's praying Darsom hands.
Yoga flame.
Stretchy!
All right, what other flicks have... I didn't watch these two, but you watched...
Creed 2, I liked. I thought Creed 2 was cool. Those movies are good.
I was going to talk about A Star is Born, but Creed 2, this is the one that I'm really interested in for, because I like all the... Rocky flicks.
Well, see, my mistake is I don't think I've ever seen Rocky 4, and I didn't watch Rocky 4 before I went into watch Creed 2.
The Dolph Lundgren one.
Yeah.
That's really good.
So I've never watched that. And then...
That's one where Apollo dies.
I didn't...
Spoilers.
Yeah. And then I didn't watch it, and then I got panicked before I went to YouTube, so I watched a thing on YouTube that some people made called...
Did you see the montage where he's training in the snow?
Yeah, it's called Cream It or something, and it was like all the Rocky movies put together to give you... It was like a 20-minute thing just about...
Rocky.
Yeah, so you knew where Creed 2 came in.
Yeah.
So I watched that before I went in, but I don't think I've ever seen Rocky 4. So there was probably some little jokey nostalgia bits that were missed on me, but I liked it. But these movies are hard to know if... I didn't like it as much as Creed 1, but that's probably hard to attain because that is a good movie.
Creed 1's pretty good.
Yeah, but this one isn't as good, but it's good.
Michael B. Jordan.
I give it a 7.5 out of 10. But it's hard to know sometimes because it's got good rap music and it's these victory uplifting things, and sometimes you're just like, yeah! And then you're like, was that movie actually that good, or was it just the loud rap music and the fact that this guy beat this other guy up?
Does it make you want to go punch a heavy bag?
Yeah, it does. Definitely look cool. It looks cool.
Do you want to get on those battle ropes and go...
Yeah, but then every time I go to the gym and I'm like, put on a heavy, rap song, like things, and I start hitting the heavy bag, I go, well, that must have been an hour, and I look at my watch, it's been like 10 seconds, and I'm dripping in sweat, and I'm like,
it's good cardio.
I know, but it makes 10 seconds seem like an hour.
That's a lot of work.
You're like, what the heck is going on?
Yeah.
But A Star is Born was my favourite. I like that the best.
So that's better than Creed 2?
Yeah, I mean, it depends what you like.
But I heard A Star is Born is really good.
Yes, well, I really liked it. And I know lots of other people do really like it. But
I was surprised to hear that it's got Andrew Dice Clay.
Yeah, he's in it. He's surprisingly good. He's doing a sort of serious...
David Chappelle.
Cut-back version. Dave Chappelle, yeah, isn't it? Yeah.
And Mike Myers.
Yeah.
Mike Myers mentioned something about there wouldn't be youths banging their head to this song in their car.
No, that's Queen.
Oh, that's Bohemian Rhapsody.
Mike Myers is in Bohemian Rhapsody.
That would make more sense because of Bohemian Rhapsody. Okay, so he's not in this one.
No.
Did you watch Bohemian Rhapsody?
No.
Okay. I hear that's good too.
Your mum saw it? She didn't go. She wanted to go.
I think Kylie's mum and Kylie.
Oh, yeah. No, it looks good. He's in that because I remember him being on the Graham Norton show talking about how weird it was that he'd written to Queen to get approval to use Bohemian Rhapsody in
Wayne's World,
and now he gets to be in the Queen movie, and he thinks that's a nice little circle.
Oh, yeah, it's very, very nice. But Dave Chappelle's playing a serious role in A Star is Born?
Yeah, I mean, he's playing Bradley. Yeah, he is. It's a serious role. Although,
what about, does it have Sam Elliott in it?
It does.
And is he the brother?
I think he's the dad. No.
I thought he was his brother. That's what I heard.
He could be his brother. They're very old brother.
I'm trying to think, how could Sam Elliott be Bradley Cooper's brother?
No, I think it's his friend.
Must be his dad. Yeah, okay.
I don't know. But...
And Andrew Dice Clay's got a serious role.
He's he's good. He's good. I mean, he doesn't. The movie doesn't rely on Andrew Dice Clay, but he puts in a good performance, and so does Dave Chappelle. They put in those very sort of, drama. They don't look like they're wearing makeup type. Dave Chappelle's sitting on a corner talking to Bradley Cooper about, man, you gotta. I thought you were the one that was gonna make it, man. Yeah, and he looks washed and worn. I don't know. They do a good job. I really like it though. But
what about Gaga? Can she act?
Yeah, well, I don't really like Lady Gaga.
Yeah,
I didn't think so, but I like her more now.
Oh, really? Because of it? I don't get her. I never got Lady Gaga. I was like, what's the appeal? The songs aren't that good.
I think she's good for A Star is Born because they said Beyonce, Bradley Cooper originally wrote for Beyonce.
Yeah.
But the problem with that is, so at the beginning, she's saying to him, he's like, you should be famous. You should be singing. You've got a beautiful voice. You write excellent songs, blah, 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 blah. And she's like, well, I'm ugly. Every time I've tried to do it, they've said, well, we'll buy your songs off you, but you don't have the right look to be a singer.
Is Lady Gaga not attractive?
Well, she's plain enough that I think that kind of works. She's definitely attractive, isn't she? Look, see there? That's See, so she's kind of plain enough in this movie. I mean, she's a very beautiful woman, and she's not plain at all.
Yeah.
But in this movie, she looks kind of plain enough that you kind of believe that.
She could be.
Although you're still kind of like, what?
Yeah.
You're still kind of like, you know, that Casey girl off American Idol's got a record contract. I don't think they're kicking you off.
Yeah.
But anyway. Whatever, for the sake of the movie, you suspend that. But if it was Beyonce, I find it'd be even harder to understand. Imagine Beyonce going, they said I was too ugly. You'd be like, who said that?
Yeah, doesn't Ali G like the one out of Destiny Child with the big fires?
Oh, yeah, that's right. He said that, didn't he?
Yeah, Lady Gaga's pretty. What's wrong with her?
No, nothing. She's good at it. But Jason Isbell also wrote a few of the songs, and I really like Jason Isbell as a singer. So
I heard a song on the radio the other day. It was a Lady Gaga one. It sounded like it would have been one for this movie. Something about In the Shallow or something.
That's Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga. Lost in the Shallow.
Yeah, that's the song, yeah. And something about the deep end or something.
Yeah, I've got it on my phone. That's good.
Oh, Alec Baldwin.
Yep, I've got it on my phone. And do you want Bradley Cooper speaking like Jeff Bridges in R.I.P.D.? You got it.
I thought they was talking like Sam Elliott.
Well, he's talking like Jeff Bridges in R.I.P.D. to me.
I like R.I.P.D. That's a good movie.
I've never seen it.
Haven't you?
No.
Oh, really?
But I've seen...
you should watch R.I.P.D.
I saw that one.
He's pretty much the Big Lebowski.
I saw that one with Captain Kirk and Ben Foster robbing banks, and he talks like that in that.
What's that movie?
And he talks like, oh, suddenly kidnapped.
That movie's supposed to be pretty good. What is that movie? That movie's supposed to be really good.
It is. I can't remember what it's called now.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a really good movie.
It is a good movie, but Jeff Bridges does his R.I.P.D. voice in that, and it's also his True Grit voice. And Bradley Cooper borrows that voice in A Star Is Born. I think my God, you're gonna do good, man. He
It
does
says
that.
a musician helps a young singer find fame, even as age and alcoholism send his. No, it's age and alcoholism.
Oh, okay.
Sends his own career into a downward spiral. What? Because he's old and he's a drunk.
Well, he's an alcoholic in the movie. Yeah. Played by Chris Christopherson, and I don't know who played in the original.
Wasn't the original Julie Garland like in the 30s or something?
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Apparently that's the best, and then this is better maybe than the Barbra Streisand
one.
This might be better depending on who you speak to. But I really liked it, but then it's up my alley. They play sort of the music that I like, that sort of Jason Isbell, alt country stuff.
What's that guy's name that you all love, the old country guy?
Yeah, Jason Isbell. He wrote the songs.
No, the one that did Taylor Swift's album.
Oh, Ryan Adams.
Yeah.
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 He's more indie, but I'll let you pass.
Okay.
He's more indie artist. But Heartbreaker was definitely sort of it's definitely the alt country album.
Oh, the definitive old country album, hey?
Yep, and what movie was To Be Young, the first song on Heartbreaker in the opening credits of?
Is it This Is 40? Because I've seen that he's at the end of that playing in a club or something.
Not This Is 40, better than This Is 40.
What?
But with maybe some of the same cast? No, maybe not some of the same cast. I'll give you one of the cast members. If it's not, it's definitely that.
Yeah.
His Judd Apatow's either. I'll give you one cast member. Juliette Lewis.
Juliette Lewis. Oh, Natural Born Killers.
No.
You're
way off now.
I don't know.
It goes, the song goes, young boy done me young when it did me wrong. I'll give you a hint.
Oh, actually, she was in a movie. What was that movie with Robert Downey Jr.?
No. It has, she's only in the very beginning of this movie. Vince Vaughn.
Vince Vaughn and Juliette Lewis. Oh, shit, I don't know. Where was it?
And it has, the main character's name is Mitch.
Mitch.
Which is good. I should watch that movie.
Dodgeball?
No, I don't think his name is Mitch.
Okay.
But that's close. That's very close. That's Superwoman. If you were like playing hot and cold, I'd go boiling, boiling, boiling. Because even though that's more stupid than this movie, I put them in the same thing.
Is it the one where they go to... Oh, shit. Fuck, I can't think.
What about if I say headphones?
Headphones. I still don't get it.
What about if I say, you're my boy Blue?
Ah, really?
Yeah.
Is it, what is that movie called?
Old School.
Old School is really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
We're streaking! Because remember, Juliette Lewis cheats on her at the beginning.
That's right.
So he's like...
Isn't that why he... No, it wasn't Vince Vaughn that she cheats on. It's the other guy.
It's Luke Wilson, yeah.
Luke Wilson.
Yeah, and his name's Mitch in that. And
What's the headphones to do with?
well, when they swear, he says to his little kid, he goes, headphones, and his little kid covers his ears.
And he's like owns like a speaker shop or something,
yeah.
and then they get Snoop Dogg to come
Which
play.
is funny because in Tamworth the other day, I saw a guy walking down the street and he had a red shirt and it said Speaker City, and it was that design. So
Really?
I mean, you can get them on Redbubble, but
I
I
want to
still
get
thought that was pretty cool.
Joe's Gym.
Average Joe's
Gym
You can order
t-shirt.
them on lots of places, Etsy and stuff. You can even get the satin ones on eBay.
But do you remember Snoop Dogg was in Old School? Because he owns a speaker place, so he puts on a party.
Oh yes, he was too.
I think is Tony Hawk in that?
Maybe.
Or is that a different movie?
Maybe.
He's like skating out front of the house or something.
Old School is one of my favourites because outside of the remake of Starsky and Hutch, where they say to Ben Stiller, "Is that a fake mustache?"
Yeah.
That makes me laugh. I don't know why. That just always makes me laugh so
And
hard.
Starsky and Hutch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he walks into the biker bar.
Will Ferrell with he's like got the two dragons.
Yeah, okay. But there's a bit where Ben Stiller's dressed like Butch Cassidy, and, dressed like the guys from Easy Rider.
Yep.
And he gives his big speech to the bar and he goes, "Be yourself. That's what's cool." And then the bartender looks at him and goes, "Is that a fake mustache?" And that just makes me laugh.
I was watching something the other day with
And that's why I've got a fake mustache up there, because I always say that to people. Is that a fake mustache?
They were giving somebody shit. Ben Stiller on there's like a show called Extras.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
I think Ricky Gervais was like, "Were you Starsky or were you Hutch?" And he's like, "Are you trying to have a go at me or what?"
Yeah, that's right. Were they doing were they doing some war movie or something? That's
Yeah.
Well, we better wind up. What about
Supernova?
Supernova? Well, oh yes. So I'm going to cut up some Supernova samples that Aaron. He went to Supernova. What were some good things that you saw?
What did I see good at Supernova? I saw what's the girl at Wednesday Adams?
Oh, yep, Christina Ricci.
Christina Ricci. I saw Christina Ricci.
And you saw the voice artist. Oh, Christina Ricci was cool. And you saw voice artist extraordinaire, didn't you? Tara Strong or someone, was she there?
Yeah, Tara Strong, she was there.
And Beast Boy?
Beast Boy, yes, Beast Boy. Yeah, he was there as well. Actually, I got to sit on his chat.
Yep.
I think we got some audio from that.
Yeah, so I'll chop up Aaron's audio as best I can and I'll chuck it up.
That's Beast Boy there. He
is the actual Beast Boy from.
He is the actual Beast Boy, and he was playing rock scissors paper with the entire audience, which was
I saw that. That's
which is pretty cool. He was a nice guy. He was pretty fun actually. He was having a good time. Hey, I'm trying to think.
And it was cool at People Shop because that hadn't aired here yet then.
No, and like he was talking a bit, and someone was asking if we were going to see the Titans Tower.
Yeah.
And he was like, well...
Oh, yeah, how are they going to do that in Titans?
He said Jeff Johns is in the right hands, so he thinks it's going to be right.
How are you going to do a big skyscraper shaped like a T?
I don't even think they're going to have Jump City. Like, it's really strange because a lot of it's set in like in Chicago and places like that, but then they talk about Gotham, so DC is strange that way.
Okay, that's cool, yeah. Well, that's the Yarra universe.
There's Christina Ricci, and she is still hot, so that's... really cool.
She is. She was everyone's first crush around my age.
This guy, John Barrowman.
Yep, John Barrowman from, what's that, Doctor Who spin-off and every other science fiction show. Yeah, Torchwood and all the other science fiction shows. He's been in everything, Arrow.
Yeah, well, he's Malcolm Merlin. And he was hamming it up. Jeez, he was having a good time there.
He's quite funny. He's like really flamboyant.
Yeah, he seemed like a really nice guy.
I didn't, because like the first time I ever saw him at Supanova, was it Supanova? Maybe it was Comic-Con. I can't remember. Anyway, the first time I ever saw him, he was hosting a panel.
Yep.
And I'd only ever seen him in Torchwood, and I'd seen him in maybe some movies. I don't know what he'd been in. But I thought of sort of this charismatic tough guy stuff. He was like so like, flamboyantly gay and talking about all his boyfriends and calling all these guys cute and stuff. And I was just like, oh, I didn't know.
Because I saw a picture where he was just grabbing you get pictures with the guests and that.
Yeah.
And a lot of them are just sort of posed. And there was one where him just grabbing this girl's boobs, like she was.
Yeah. Well, he's very. I mean,
it was pretty funny. Like she wasn't like overly sexual or anything. Like she was just like a normal type of chick.
Yeah.
It was just a funny picture that she had of him.
Well, he's very gay, but that's fine. That's just I didn't realise because he plays very tough, sort of cool characters.
So I sat in on the Ginny Weasley.
Oh yeah.
Bonnie Wright. So that's Harry Potter's missus.
Wife, yeah.
Yeah, and she was having a bit of a chat about what it was like to be in the Harry Potter series, and she was pretty cool.
Imagine if he was like having sex and he was like, "You look like your brother."
Yeah, it's a bit strange, eh? Dean Cain, I saw Dean Cain there.
Yeah, Superman himself.
Superman, yeah, he was cool. So Ryan Potter, that's the guy that plays
Beast Boy. That's
Beast
right.
Boy.
Aaron's got a Twitter on his tweeters You can look at his photo of...
Yeah, actually, he retweeted one of my things, so that was really nice of him. He did a role in the Big Hero 6 TV series.
Oh, yep. Did TJ Miller was in there?
He did the voice of Hero, which is really cool.
Oh, what? Hero?
Yeah, Hero.
Oh, okay. I was thinking of Baymax. I was like, Baymax just
no,
goes,
not Baymax.
hello, Hero.
Yeah.
I am Squishy.
Manu Bennett, I sat in on his as well.
He's cool.
Yep, he is out of Arrow and he's at Spartacus. He plays Slade.
I thought...
Deathstroke.
I've seen him. I thought Grant Gustin was Barry Allen. But then I saw these pictures online. Grant Gustin was...
Oh, yes. That's the Elseworlds. That's
Oliver McQueen.
That's Oliver Queen.
Oliver Queen.
Oliver Queen.
And then Batgirl was there. And then
is Batgirl there? Because I'm trying to catch up. I want to see Batgirl.
Well, this hasn't aired yet. I just saw these photos on
I think it's this weekend. It
the
comes
internet.
out.
Because it's going to be a big team-up one, is it?
Crossover, yeah.
But I was just like, what the heck? Stephen Amell's not Barry Allen. And it's weird because it's got like him and Iris in bed. And I'm like...
Who? Oliver?
Well, it's Barry Allen. But he looks...
Like Oliver?
Well, no, I think wait. Because it says that someone messed up the timeline changing all the heroes around.
Is it that, what's that, Girls XS? Is it her that did it?
No, I don't think so. Not from what I understand. I think it's just a villain that rewrote history to his liking or whatever. But so maybe Oliver Queen becomes the Flash and Barry Allen. So maybe there's still Oliver Queen and Barry Allen, but Barry Allen just becomes Green Arrow. Or maybe they're literally, Grant Gustin is Oliver Queen and Stephen Amell is Barry Allen. But there's literally a picture with him and Iris, Stephen Amell and Iris in bed in the apartment where Barry and Iris live. And they're like, cuddled up, having a morning talk.
That's going to cause issues.
And does that mean that
you're going to have a new flashpoint to fix that?
Grant Gustin gets to hook up with who's... I don't even watch Arrow. Who's his girlfriend?
Felicity Smoke.
Oh, I thought she tried to kill him. Or he tried to kill her.
Probably, but they're married.
They
got married at the same time that...
of course, they did. On the last crossover.
Diggle got married.
I thought he was...
Diggle married them all.
Didn't he go out with White Canary or Black Canary?
Both of them. He was...
Bad luck going out with Arrow.
He was sleeping... He was with Black Canary, but sleeping with White Canary.
Well, don't go out with Arrow. It's bad luck.
No, that was when he was like a playboy.
All right. Well, I'll cut these Supanova stuff up, and we'll have to put out a special episode. But I'm going to give more shout out.
There was one other, Timothy Zahn. I sat in on his, and he is the guy that created Fawn.
He created Spawn. No.
That's Tommy McFarlane. This is Fawn. He is the Blue Admiral in the Star Wars universe.
Oh, he created Thrawn. Yeah, sorry. I was like, I know Timothy Zahn's name. Yeah, Admiral Thrawn. Yes, he did. That's a great book.
Yeah, that's... I'm trying to think, what was the name of those books?
Well, he's just released one called Thrawn that fits with the...
Was it called Heir to the Empire? Was
it? Was it? Yeah, he's one of those anyway that is now what they call extended universe, or what we would call Elseworld, because it doesn't fit with this timeline.
But
he's rewritten one called Thrawn, which does fit with this timeline. And Thrawn's also in Rebels.
But I can't stress how good that Supanova was.
Yep, and thanks to letting me in. Woo, we got photos. Woo.
Yeah, we got some photos, and we saw lots of cool stuff, lots of cool cosplay. We met lots of cool people.
So that's awesome. Thanks to Supanova for that, and hopefully get to see you guys there at one soon.
Yeah, maybe next year.
Yeah, or next one coming up. They have them regularly, so maybe we can start doing more regularly or something, doing haul videos or interviewing people. Or I don't know.
Yeah, well, there's like a whole comic book alley. There's lots of people to talk to there.
So it'd be cool.
Cosplayers.
The best, it would be really awesome. My dream would be, although I don't know how practical this is, but my dream would be maybe, because I mean, they give booths to people, like, so maybe you can get a booth and just podcast with booth and you get all...
That would be actually a really good idea.
People that you like, you go, oh, you've got cool art, we're podcasting now this booth, come have a chat. Or you can get, go, hey, Christina, Ricky, come on, let's chat.
Yeah, or even like cosplayers or just like punters that are there that want to have a look.
And then I think it'd be cool for Supanova to, and then, like you said, you can interview punters, and then they want to check out the podcast and be like, oh, it's on that.
That's a good idea. And like,
you can play games and
there
get
was
prizes.
Lots of cool things there. There was like wrestling at one point. There was they had a wrestling ring there.
Yeah, they do.
They have like a little area where you can learn how to use lightsabers.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
That Jedi Academy.
Yeah, the VR thing.
I think they're called Sons of Obi-Wan.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh no, this is.
Oh, this is the stuff they do in San Francisco and stuff where they train you actually to do it.
Yeah, I think it's actually on the Central Coast or something that they do it. And like India was having a go, and I was like, oh, be careful, you don't want to break it. They're like, the way way we test this is we drop it from a second-story building, and if it's still all right, then we keep using it.
But those people have never met Indy.
Yeah, this is true, hey?
If I was a person that was making unbreakable things, I'd be like, Indy, come over here.
Yeah, especially when it's a pretty lights out like that.
That's right.
But they had like the Ghostbuster mobile there. They had like the Terminator thing.
Echo 1.
Echo 1.
Oh, Echo 2.
Yeah, Echo 1. They had like a Nintendo part. They had some... what's it called with the gaming up the back there? What do they call that stuff? With the competition?
Oh, yeah, esports.
Esports, yeah. Yeah, it was fantastic.
Maybe I'll find someone that played Battle Chasers there and I can talk about it with them.
Well, that's a good idea. You probably could. Like there was, lots of. It was pretty cool.
Do you know who Jason Madeira, who did the art for Battle? He did the art for X-Men.
No. Oh,
and
really?
Wolverine. He's one of my favourite X-Men artists. That's why I like him, and that's why I got the game. Because I was like, that's Jason Madeira. He's my hero.
That's cool. I thought Jim Lee did love the art for X-Men.
He does, but I think Joey Mads will be the one that you'll probably recognise because when we were young,
Okay.
he was the dude. Like whenever, sometimes they'd have more than one artist on a comic.
Yep.
And when his art would come in, I'd always be like, oh yeah,
Ooh, that's the good stuff.
that's the stuff.
Like crack.
Yeah, I'll find him there. But anyway, guys, we better go. This is an hour and a half, so but that's good because we haven't done one in a while.
That's pretty long.
So
huh?
that'll keep you tied, and I'll cut up this Supanova. We'll talk more about.
Did we have anyone that won that competition about your? You put out some noises in the last podcast. Remember you trying?
Oh yeah, no one tweeted us that. I don't have my soundboard today. We'll get back to that later.
Well, we might have a competition coming up soon.
And also, we'll get back to that competition later. And also, we'll talk about soundtracks and stuff. I'm on school holidays
that's
soon.
right.
So.
Soundtracks. What's your favourite soundtrack, Mitch?
Someone said a good one before, and I was like, oh yeah. But I've forgotten now what it was.
Well, mine is The Crow.
Crow is pretty good. That Clash song alone is really good.
The Nine Inch Nails one.
Yep, Nine Inch Nails cover of Joy Division.
It's pretty good.
I can't complain with The Crow. There was just one where I was like, oh yeah. And I was like, of course, that's it.
That's the best one.
And then I've totally forgotten because it slipped my mind.
It was probably Judgment Night.
Yeah, no, it wasn't Judgment Night, but those ones are up there. God Money, Judgment Night, all those people got mentions, and I'm like, oh yeah, they do have good soundtracks. The Chase, but no, there was one where I was like,
that's the one.
that's it.
Well, we will reveal the one
later
on the next podcast.
See, this is sort of his art there.
Yes, that's very, yeah, fantastic.
See,
Yep.
that's
I like that. That's very cool, huh?
he does those ones, and so Joseph, I'm showing him his art. But
Well,
that's
we're
it.
going to have to tweet him out and give him some
And,
props for some quality work going on there.
yeah, and so it's a dumb way to pick a video game, but luckily for me, it seems to be good. And
Well, I think it's a great way. If you like the art, then you're going to be looking at the art the entire time.
yeah, so you did. I'm trying to see, not really.
You know what game was awesome?
What?
Descent.
Descent. See, he sort of.
Oh, that is kick-ass.
Did the art, yeah.
Yeah, that's some cool art.
Oh, Descent is a really good game. Actually,
yeah,
I've got
Descent
it
is
on
a
my
great
computer.
game. Yeah, Descent's great. Oh, really? I want to play that game.
I've got it on my computer from GOG.
Wow.
But
Let's go and play Descent.
yeah, right now, and we'll go and shoot some through. I wanted you should have it on your laptop because it probably run on your laptop, and then it's a bit 3D. No, probably would. And then we could play over the internet.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah, because it's called Deathmatch.
Wicked.
All
Oh,
right.
yeah. Deathmatch.
We'll be back soon with more Supanova talk and other stuff. Until then, bye.
Peace out.